This is Jammin with Kron Rex.
And don't forget to subscribe so you get the videos as they come out.
Coach Cam made this shit.
I'm Brenden Kron.
I got us fucking snorted.
This is Rex. And welcome to Jammin with Kron Rex.
The most congested podcast. It wasn't going to be that, but I'm somewhat of a...
What word could you be looking for?
I'm somewhat of, oh my god, they do, like, comedy, like, on the fly. Like, it's not written.
Like improv?
Improv. God damn.
I'm somewhat of an improv? There's no way that's what you're looking for.
Somewhat of a... I think I was going to say Renaissance man.
I'm somewhat of a Renaissance man myself.
I don't know, dude. I really don't know what I was going to say. But we've actually just got through a pretty crazy month. Mm-hmm. You know, we had things like Father's Day passes by. We had 4th of July. Well, it was this month, but passes by. We had my birthday come up. And, you know, since I like myself a lot, I actually did look up, like, and it's going to sound weird because you can see me doing it in the present day and I'm using past tense, but apparently it's not pulled up anymore. Mm-hmm. But, have you ever like thought about what was the number one song when you was born?
Oh, I thought you were leaning into like celebrities with the same birthday. I really thought that's what you were about to say, but no. Yeah. What is the number one song for you? I'm gonna look it up.
What, are you looking up yours?
Yeah, I'm looking up.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just to further elaborate, I am looking up what the biggest song was on the actual day I was born, not just my birthday. But yeah, there's this little website called Birthday Jams. 1997, June 20th is when this boy was born, and the number one song in the world was "I'll Be Missing You" by Puff Daddy. I don't know if you remember it from Rush Hour, but that song made me emotional as shit. But yeah, number one song. Other number one songs on June 20th, 1997. I don't know that song, so I'm not going to. Number one country song, "It's Your Love" by Tim McGraw. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. Did you find yours?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What was it?
"Wannabe" by the Spice Girls. Wannabe. I don't know it off the top of my head.
I don't know.
But I bet I would if I heard it.
Yeah. Do you know celebrities that have your birthday?
No. "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down" was also the number one R&B song by Puff Daddy and Mace.
You know, I actually remember my girlfriend's birthday because of Kevin Durant.
Not the other way around?
Yeah. If she's watching this, yeah. But yeah. Kevin Durant was born on September 29th. So shout out Kevin Durant for helping me remember.
Oh, Bryan Cranston has the same birthday as me.
That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't know any of these fucking people that are pulling up.
That was just the first one.
It's June 20th birthdays, and I think it's like TikTokers. I think it's like TikTokers and YouTubers. Because, Lionel Richie.
Well,
at number 11? Wow. Is this just going off of, like, what was yours on? Famousbirthdays.com?
No, just hit back.
Sage the Gemini!
You love that guy.
Remember I was like, hey, that's awesome. Sage the Gemini is a Gemini. I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
I didn't know we was that much Geminis together.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm going to bump red nose all goddamn day now.
Roy the Gemini.
I was going to do it anyways. John Goodman.
Yeah, I didn't look this far. I literally just Googled my birthday.
Yeah.
And like my birthday celebrities, and then just the first name that came up was Bryan Cranston. So I was like, there's a good one. That was it.
I think that's McLovin, ain't it?
That is McLovin.
Yeah.
A couple cool ones.
Only me, McLovin, and Sage the Gemini can fully understand what it's like. That's not bad. Oh, and Lionel Richie, if you know. Who the fuck cares about Lionel Richie?
You got Sage the Gemini.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you had a couple cool ones.
Yeah. That's not even what I was going to talk about. I found out something interesting in, over the past month, and it's made me think every single time I've went out. I saw this statistic that said the average person walks past a murderer 36 times in their life. It's pretty crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you've had that personal experience?
No.
You don't think you've had it once yet?
No.
So do you think you're just going to see all of them in one day then? Because you're already getting old.
Yeah.
So, like, does that scare you a little bit? Like, all 36 of them you haven't even met yet?
I wonder. I'm thinking that this statistic is just like New York, since they walk around everywhere. They probably see a lot more than somewhere like here. So
I'm assuming a lot of New Yorkers are murderers too.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that our average is probably a lot fucking lower.
Yeah.
So maybe we only see like 2. Still crazy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Even if you see one murderer, if you walk by one murderer, that's still crazy.
There's 2 I know for sure.
Okay. You know 2 murderers.
I haven't seen anything about it yet, but there's a third person that I'm like, I haven't seen it yet, but
that's on its way.
I'm going to see him on the news. There's this one guy who's an electrician at the place I was working with, working at, and just a normal guy. Just a electrician. I share the elevator with him sometimes. He'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'd be like, "Whatever." Great day to be alive. And
how's the elevator? Whatever.
And then sometime down the road when I wasn't even working around that guy anymore, somebody was like, "Hey, do you remember?" I'm not going to say his name because he murders people, so I don't want to be on that list. And they was like, "Hey, do you remember blank the electrician?" And I was like, "No, not really." And they just say
a name, a random name. Don't say his name. Just say a random name.
I cannot think of any other names in the entire world. His name is Brenden. We'll say Brenden. This murderer's name is Brenden Kron. And I remember they was like, "Hey, you remember him?" No. And they described him. I was like, "Oh, yeah. The electrician out there." And I was like, yeah, he's a murderer. And I was like, oh, shit, when?
Yeah.
I honestly, my first question was, how's that dude doing? Like, but then they interrupted me, and I was like, okay, maybe an appropriate time to ask how he's doing. But somebody broke into his house.
Okay.
And there's a couple things you do when somebody breaks into your house. You call the cops.
You kill them.
Or you kill them.
Yeah.
Or, if you watched our last episode, you start role-playing. You kind of call him on his bluff, I guess, and just, oh no, I'm stuck. Yeah, that guy didn't do any of those things. You could argue he did the third thing a little bit. So he caught the guy.
Huh.
He caught him.
He caught him.
Yeah, and, catch him, hold him down until the cops... No.
No?
Mm-mm. No, he kept this dude and tortured him in his garage for about, like, a month.
Oh.
Yeah, and the neighbors ended up calling because they heard the dude. And they was like, look, I don't want to be nosy, but I think somebody's getting murdered. I'm pretty sure he's been getting murdered for the past month. I don't want to be a nosy neighbor, but yeah. So, yeah, he handled it a little differently,
Yeah.
Kind of used that dude as a human punching bag. Hard day after work, coming home, being an electrician. You're like, dude, my boss is being a dick. I'll be back, honey. I'm going to go, smack this dude's ball sack in the garage real quick. I'll be back.
I'm thinking of trying to explain that.
Yeah.
To your wife. Listen, he broke in. This is only fair. We got to keep him.
So, oh my God, you call the cops? Well, hold on. You're not hearing me out. You know how we fight? You know how you say, I get so mad I could hit you? I got somebody.
Not to hit you, but for me to hit.
Yes. And you. The kids come home, first grade was a bitch for him that day, stab that guy in the garage real quick.
I don't think you could convince Haley if you wanted to buy a mini fridge to put in the living room.
Much less.
A fucking person held up to torture in your garage.
Yeah. You know, like those situations of like a stray animal starts coming by your house, you start feeding it, and the kid's like, can we keep him? I just want to imagine that's what the dad was like. I was like, oh, can we keep him? He's already here. He's like, all right, you got to take care of him and feed him. Okay.
He's got 2 fucking black eyes. He's tied up in the garage. He's like, can we keep him, please?
Still on a leash. Still on a leash. Can we keep him? Yeah, I guess. You'll have to take care of him, though. So, yeah, that was one of the weird people.
All right, second one.
Second guy. Again, not going to use his name. Not as direct as the other guy, but a stone cold bastard nonetheless. I'll call him Mitch. Mitch, it was a really, really weird guy. I remember we was at work, and I turn around, and Mitch is just sitting down. And I look at him, I was like, okay, you're not going to help. That's fine, Mitch. And he was like, hey, you want to see this? And it's porn.
Huh.
He's just at work, just watching porn. And I was like, no, Mitch, I actually don't want to see that right now. And I was like, you were 24 minutes into this video.
Yeah.
Because I saw where the time was. I was like, you've been doing this for 24 minutes. You're not 16 seconds into the video. You've been doing this. And you just sat down a couple minutes ago. So something must have happened a couple minutes ago to where you're just like, I can't stand anymore.
I gotta finish this video.
Yeah. So weird guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember somebody else that worked with us. I was like, hey, they was like, did you ever hear about like him killing somebody? I was like, no, I feel like this should have been mentioned a long time ago. Like maybe
so
before
crazy
I met him.
That you meet these people and then someone else at your work will just be like, hey, you remember so and so?
Yeah.
They're a murderer.
Yeah, like not like a, hey, heads up, Mitch, cool guy. He's nice. He might show you some porn. Pretty neat shit.
He's
a murderer.
Yeah.
He knits in his free time and then he murders, like.
I think it should be like a name tag.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm also a murderer.
My name's Mitch /murderer.
Mitch
Murdering Mitch.
You can call me Murdering Mitch, if you will.
So this guy's case was a little different because his was legal, I guess you could say.
Okay, keep going.
And there's not anything particularly wrong about the story because he was on his boat, and this one woman and her son are on a speedboat. They drive by. They collide into each other. It was kind of on the other person. The mom dies. And
oh my god,
I was like, man, it's a really fucked up situation. And I was like, well, he doesn't really seem like a murderer to me. I was like, it just seems like a fucked situation. And the guy was like, no, that's not the roughest part.
Oh,
we asked him about it, and he said, yeah, that bitch shouldn't have been in my way.
Oh,
the kid survived that. He just killed this dude's mom, and they was like, hey, God, what happened? Is everything okay? He's like, yeah, that bitch shouldn't have been in my way. And I was like, this is a movie setup.
Yeah,
like that kid is going to train his ass off and fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like, this is a movie setup, dude. I was like, you're not worried about it? Like, I don't know. Fuck.
But that's awful.
And then the potential third.
Yes.
I'm not going to say it for sure because it's potential, but it's sketchy as shit.
What's this guy's name? Obviously not his real name.
I don't even think I know his actual name.
Oh, then this should be easy. Come up with literally any name.
Daniel Radcliffe.
I don't think it's the Daniel Radcliffe. But
so I worked at Amazon with Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe.
And he was days away from retirement. Never really talked to the dude. And I was just back there working with him, unloading a truck. And my headphones were dead. And I was like, fuck it. I might as well talk to this old bastard.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, how you doing, man? He was like, oh, I feel pretty good now that I'm like a week away from retirement. And I was like, oh, shit, that must be great.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you planning on doing, you old bastard? I was like, you're probably going to go to Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, every old motherfucker is like, yeah, I'm going to Florida in like a week. But No, Daniel Radcliffe had a different story.
If you want to die somewhere, and you're old, you go to die in Florida. That's just what you do.
I don't want to die in Florida.
That's
Where do you want to die?
What you do. I don't know.
In some dude's garage.
I hope not. Not in Florida and not in someone's garage.
Yeah.
It's my only 2 rules.
I don't know what an ideal destination for death is.
Yeah, well, a lot of people pick Florida.
Where do I want to die?
Is that a weird way to think of it? Like, if you're just like, oh, I want to retire and go and, like, live the rest of my life here. You're just saying, like, after I'm done work, I'm just going to go die here.
What are you doing after retirement? Oh, I'm going to go die in Florida next week.
Dude, that's what,
fuck.
That's what people, like, that's what it is.
Yeah. Premium death spot. I looked it up.
But keep going. Keep going with your story.
Hold on.
With your third potential murderer, whose fake name is Daniel Radcliffe.
Real quick, do you want to know what the best place to die is?
There's a list.
As a result, according to the Economist...
Who's filling out this survey? Where was your favorite place to die? Like,
I guess the person that killed him.
Okay, fair enough.
So he seemed pretty content when I killed him.
Yeah.
As a result, according to the Economist Intelligence Unit, we neglect to think about dying better in its second quality of death index, published Tuesday by The Economist, ranks the quality of palliative care in 80 countries. So basically, the people like who's taken well care of, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Crazy, because this is actually where I want to go. New Zealand. New Zealand's number 1. Is the best place on earth to die. Ireland's up there. Belgium, Taiwan, Germany, Netherlands, and the U.S.
I feel like it's biased.
And then France.
No, I feel like the U.S. is better to die at.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people that die in the U.S., it's not really up to them, though. You know? Like, it's not like oh, well, it's my time. It's kind of like
if you do.
I'm drunk and I'm on the road.
It shouldn't be the U.S. Florida should be like a couple higher.
Their own country.
Yeah.
I will fight so hard to make Florida their own fucking country. Do you also want to see what the most popular day to die is?
Day?
Yeah. Most popular. It's trending. It's the trendiest day to die. If you don't die January 6th, you're out of touch. You're
January 6th?
Yeah.
Could you imagine just, like, it's January 5th, and you're on your deathbed, you're like, I just got one more day. I gotta hold it.
I don't want to be a loser. It says... at an average of 1,732, 25% more than the overall daily average of 1,387 deaths per day. So there's 400 more deaths a day.
Do you think
on January 6th?
Do you think like murderers plan that too? Like, we gotta wait till January 6th. Like, this is.
I don't know if this is consensually dying or kind of forceful dying. I don't know why I'm trying to softball pitch the word murder. Forced death?
Don't know.
Name of my band.
Forced death. Fucking dirt nap.
Oh, January 6th. I don't know. I was trying to think of the benefits, but I don't think people are thinking of like long-term goal. Like, I'm going to retire at 62 and I'm going to die on January 6th.
In Florida.
What is the last thing to go when you die? Hearing. Hearing is widely thought to be the last thought. Yeah, it's thought.
Yeah. Again, who were they asking?
Yeah, I wonder if they're just like staring at somebody who's part of a study while they're dying, and they're just like, "It's hearing, it's hearing." And he just goes into like sweet oblivion.
They're killing them and then just like bringing them back to life real quick. What was the last thing you heard? It's like,
blink twice if you hear me cocking my gun. It's hearing. He didn't film me shoot him, but he heard it.
Yeah, who the fuck's filling out these surveys?
There's a bunch of weird shit that I'm assuming they know, or they're really strongly thinking they know. Because mantis shrimp in particular, they're like, mantis shrimp can see like colors in shit that humans don't even think is possible. Yeah. Like, did you ask? How do you know that?
I swear to you.
Did you have to take a colorblind test?
If you just put scientists, like new scientific research found, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is, as long as
it's not productive.
If you put something that seems like no one else gives a fuck about it, people believe it.
Yeah.
Like, it could be completely false.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if scientists are also thinking that. There's like, oh yeah, I discovered that this shrimp can see colors we can't imagine. It's like, really? It's like,
so how do you know that? I'm a scientist.
yeah, and they're like, good enough for me?
Yeah, like, how do they fucking know that?
They don't.
I just want to imagine they had, like, a little shrimp, a little mantis shrimp, and they had, like, one of those coloring...
And he
like,
picked it, like, in the in-between lines. They have, like, colors laid out.
Yeah.
And he just goes right in the middle. They're like, I can't even imagine that color.
Yeah. They have, like, the little colorblind test, and they have 3 numbers laid out in front of them, and they're like, which one does it say? Crawl shrimply towards whatever number you see in there, and he just...
Crawl shrimply.
They're like, wow, that's not even real color, that one there. I can't even see it. And then that shrimp picked it. He must know it. Like, I don't know that. Like, I don't know how they're like dogs can only see like these colors. Right. How the fuck do they know this?
Can only see grays. Just
how the fuck do they know that? I don't know.
They put the colorblind glasses on dogs.
Yeah.
And they just start crying, just like other like colorblind people do.
I wish that people that were like philosophicer. I don't know, I threw a hard R on that word. I wish people that were like philosophical thinkers that think of like the big picture.
Philosophy with a hard R.
I sound weird, like philosophy with a hard R. But I wish those people were also smart enough to do something about it. Mm-hmm. Now, hear me out. That's going to sound pretty shitty. Yeah. You got to be smart to think of like the bigger picture shit, questions, and things that people don't think of.
Yeah.
But like, you know, philosophical people are like Socrates.
Yeah.
And shit. They're thinking about like how does it, like, what is that big orange thing in the sky? How does it move? How does it affect us? Why are we here? What's the point of life? But they can't really do anything else about it.
No, that's it.
The people that actually can, like actual scientists, are determining how much
color shrimp can see.
Yeah. And how much, like, actual tuna is in a tuna melt at Subway.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're doing. Like, I don't know. It really pisses me off when I see, like, articles like that. Like, scientists determined that there's no actual tuna in a tuna melt at Subway. And I'm like, why? Yeah. Why did they determine that? Who brought that up? Who passed that for them to be allowed to do that? Mm-hmm. And who published this fucking article about it? There's so many things that just seem like a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like,
a scientist went to school to become a scientist.
Yeah.
To study the tuna melt.
Yeah.
And a journalist went to school to become a journalist. To write about that scientist.
Yeah.
Discovering there's no tuna in the tuna melt.
We are currently still exiting the biggest pandemic of the past 100 years. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I wonder how much tuna is in this sandwich.
Yeah. I get it.
I wonder if it's like a personal experience. You know, if like they get pissed off enough.
They ate it and was like, fuck this, I gotta know.
Yeah, I gotta do a study.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a weird... Is that like passive-aggressive? Not aggressive-aggressive.
I don't think scientists can be aggressive.
It's just passive-passive.
Fucking nerds. I don't know. God damn, they need to be doing better shit than trying to figure out what the last sentence is to go, like...
Who cares?
No, they need to do a biopsy on like Magic Johnson or something. They need to determine how he doesn't have AIDS and not how there isn't tuna in a sandwich that's called a tuna melt.
Yeah,
I'd much rather.
All they're gonna do is just make Subway slap quotation marks around tuna melt, and that's all that's gonna change.
Yeah, or they're gonna do it like Tyson chicken wings. They're like, dude, different. You can't call them wings. But hear me out. What about wangs?
Has anyone claimed the term wangs?
They're like, you son of a bitch. No. All right. Get some Tyson chicken wings. They're not legally chicken, but...
They're sure as hell not wings.
But I am a dipshit that's clicking on all this stuff, so maybe I'm part of the problem. Would a plane crash be painful? I'm not a scientist. I'm going to say,
yeah.
I want to know what angle they're talking about. Like
for the plane?
Like, are they on the plane, or is the plane coming straight at them? Because I want to imagine this is a plane that's coming straight at somebody, and they're like, oh, fuck, and they just get on Google, and they're like,
is shit going to hurt or no?
It's like, fuck, does this hurt? Is this going to be painful? But it says death in a high-impact plane crash is usually pretty quick and painless. And they're like, thank God. You know, it just lights out. And they're like, that actually fucking hurt.
All right. Back to your story.
Real quick.
Oh, my God.
What are the 5 signs of death?
The 5 signs of death?
Yeah. I'm assuming
what?
I didn't know there was 5 different ones. I thought the one was a lack of life. I thought that was the number 1 sign that you're dead.
Give me an example. What am I going off of? Give me the first one.
Maybe it's the 5 signs of dying, but it just says death.
Yeah. All right, what's one?
Loss of appetite. Yeah, I'd probably eat less. I'm assuming.
I'm just not hungry.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper's pretty skinny. I'm assuming I won't eat that much.
All right, what the fuck's the second?
Increased physical weakness.
I thought you were going to say weight. I was like, no way, right? You just hate eating and start getting fat. Keep going.
Maybe that's how you need to gain weight, Brenden. You need to fucking die.
It's the only way I'll gain weight.
Yeah, but increased physical weakness? Yeah, I don't think I can bench anymore after I die, you know? I think my gym days are over once I'm 6 feet under.
So if I'm laying down and I bench, and then you shoot me and kill me, and then have me bench again, I promise you it's going to be less.
Dude, have you ever seen those workout videos? Like this dude's doing abs, and then somebody's punching him in the fucking abs. Can you imagine doing chest, someone doing chest day, someone shooting you in the fucking chest, and you're like, push, and you're just, I'm dying, I can't.
Signs of death, you're benching a lot less.
I can't imagine, I just have like a bad gym day, and I'm like, I'm dying. Last week I was able to curl this. This week I can't. I'm dying.
I didn't eat quite as much today, and I can't curl as much.
Labored breathing. I figured zero breathing would be the correct answer, not just labored. God, that'd be horrifying to see someone dead just at the funeral. And they're like, oh, that's one dead motherfucker in there. That was the hardest labored breath I ever saw. Changes in urination.
Changes.
Yeah. You're probably not going to do much vertical peeing anymore, I'm assuming.
Horizontal peeing?
Probably all horizontal piss. Oh. Swelling to feet. I'm not going to lie, that's actually a decent one. If you don't know somebody's dead and their hands are the size of shacks and they're like 4 foot tall,
take his shoes.
I can't. His ankle swelled up so much.
It's like, did you kill him? Snatch his kicks. Let's look at his feet. It's the only way to know.
Little do we know, Quiet Leonard's been dead for 60 years. This is weird.
Yeah. Okay, now back to your story. You have a potential. Stop it. Whatever it is, stop. You
that
come
was
back.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, say come back to whatever you're wanting to look up. But Daniel Radcliffe is talking to you about
Yes. Daniel Radcliffe, who worked with me at the Amazon warehouse.
Yes.
He was like a week away from retirement, and, you know, I'm a decent guy. So I was just like, what do you plan on doing, you old shit?
Yes.
And he was like, oh, I'm actually about to start writing a book. And I was like, that's actually really fucking cool. What could it be about?
Yeah.
And he said, I am going to travel across the American Southwest in my RV, getting in the mind of a serial killer.
Getting in the mind of a serial killer.
I know what you're thinking. What happened next? I didn't ask anything.
You mind your business.
Conversation died there. It was not the only thing. But, yeah, I didn't know how to gauge that.
Yeah.
Like, you want help? Like, you want some insider knowledge? I don't know.
So what's the book about?
How does it end?
Oh, I get to Florida.
Yeah, I didn't know. So I've been waiting patiently for years to just see that guy on the news and like cue Leonardo DiCaprio on Once Upon a Time, and I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, that's Daniel Radcliffe, the murderer. And I'd buy that book.
Yeah. Whenever it drops, we'll support it on this podcast.
Do you think he'll like specially mention me in that? Dude, we'll have that book right here.
If you're
he's murdered 80 people, and then like handwritten in the back, it'll say, "With a special thanks to Roy Crable, who motivated me to finish this book."
Thank you for calling me on my shit at Amazon. I wasn't really going to do it.
Thank you for asking me what I was going to do. I never really thought about it until you asked me, and I had to come up with something. And I'm not a liar. I am a murderer, not a liar. So I was.
You got to know where to draw the line.
Yeah. Yes.
Lying is there.
Yeah.
Murdering's right before the line.
Come on, bro. I would never lie to you. Murder.
I'd fucking kill you. I'd never lie to you.
And that's the truth.
That's the God honest truth.
Yeah, so if you live in like the New Mexico, Arizona area, watch out for Daniel Radcliffe. He's coming for you. I don't know how many chapters he's into his book. I don't want to know.
I hope personally I never find out until it's done.
Yeah. But if you ever see an RV that just says SS Radcliffe, don't get near it. He's up to something bad.
If you meet a Daniel Radcliffe, ask if he worked at Amazon warehouse.
He'll tell you the truth. He'll murder you right after. But actually ask him, actually, I don't know if I want him to know my name. Yeah. No, actually, don't bring me up, please. I'm begging you, have a wife and kids. They don't know that.
They have no idea.
They don't know that.
They have no idea. You don't have either.
Yeah, I actually saw some of the other ones, though, and it's like...
Any other good ones?
Why is dying at home better? I like that this dude had options, you know? Before he got on Google.
He had to pick.
Yeah, he was like, I was going to go to Holiday World, but I don't want to die there, right? Or is there somewhere better that I could die? The study shows that according to...
Someone who's seen a death in public wrote this article. It's like, this is why you should die at home.
What's funny is that it says, according to questionnaires completed by their relatives. So somebody just fucking died, and they shoved a questionnaire in their face. And it's like, hey, I can see you're grieving. We want to answer some questions about it?
Where would you rather die?
Yeah. Damn, that sucks. What'd you think about that? What'd you think?
What was the last thing?
I shouldn't be holding a knife off.
Oh. So tough. You just saw your relative die.
I need something to play with.
What was the last thing?
Yeah.
What was the last thing he did? Did he hear you? Did he mention New Zealand?
Do you live in New Zealand? Yeah, those who die at home experience more peace and similar amount of pain compared to those who die in a hospital. And their relatives also experience less grief.
You just don't care. They just die at home and you're just like, no, that was it.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't at the park.
Yeah, at least it wasn't at the park. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so we have compiled the data, and unfortunately, you're a little behind if you're going to die this year. Mm-hmm. You still have the beginning of next year. Mm-hmm. The best thing to do if you're dying, you go to New Zealand a little earlier, because you can't just move there for a week and then call a place your home.
Of course.
You, maybe, if you know you're about to die, like in 2 to 5 years, you move to New Zealand. You buy a home.
And how would you know if you're about to die? You can't
You're
bench
weak.
You can't bench as much.
Yeah. You can't bench as much.
You hate eating.
You breathe different.
You can't piss straight. It's all side to side.
It's all crooked. Your feet are a little bit bigger. Maybe you used to wear a size 9. Maybe you're up to a 10 or 11. Or maybe you're just at a 9.5.
Maybe you're fat.
Maybe you're just now dying.
Yeah, maybe your fat fucking foot can't fit in your shoes no more. That means you're dying.
Have you had a slight change in shoe size?
You might be dying. So,
even if you're 8 years old.
So you just notice you stopped eating as much. You go to the gym. You can't bench press just as much. Your fat fucking foot can't fit in your shoe anymore.
There's an airplane coming right at you. So what do? You move to New Zealand. You buy a house. You establish yourself. You make some payments.
You make it a home.
Yes, you make it a home. And then you make sure...
And you hold out.
Until January 6th. And then you you tell people what you're going through and respond to them via sign language if you can still hear them. We need to know what your last feeling is as you die.
Yes.
On January 6th in New Zealand, in your home.
And that's...
Make sure your loved ones fill out a questionnaire as the plane crashes into your home.
And that's the way to die. Peacefully, with no pain.
Man. So, I'm always at home. I stay at home.
You're not in New Zealand.
Yet. I do want to go there.
You are thinking about moving to New Zealand.
Yes. There's genuinely no snakes in New Zealand.
Yeah. So,
none.
So a lot of people prep for like the best way to live their life. You're prepping for the best way to die.
I'm preparing for the most popular way to die. I want to be hip, you know? I don't want to die on like...
I want to be hip in death.
Hip in death. Yeah. I feel like that's a pretty cool way to die.
Yeah.
I know it won't be via snake bite in New Zealand.
Yeah. How many snakes are you running into that you're like, I need
like on a day-to-day?
Yeah.
None. Genuinely none.
Yeah, so why are you so worried about snakes? You stay at home most of the time.
But it is kind of neat, like, knowing there's a 0% chance. Like,
it's just a weird selling point to be like, there's no snakes.
Yeah.
I don't see snakes anyway.
Yeah. Well, like if you live in New Zealand, like you're supposed to contact the authorities and they will come by and massacre that fucking snake. They will on spot fucking kill it. They're just that's what they're worried about.
They give it a easy, fast, painless death. They drive a plane right into it
on January 6th.
On January 6th.
Yeah. That's actually pretty crazy. I didn't know about all that shit.
Why would you? That'd be crazy if you knew it.
Have you ever seen somebody die?
Like in person? I've seen it in like a video.
I've seen it over Skype. Oh, sick. Skype me real quick. Have you?
I've seen like videos.
Have you never seen an in-person death?
No. Have you? Only tell the story if it's funny. Don't tell a very sad, tragic story.
Yeah, well, I would say, yeah, my papa died. Not much humor. Not much humor to put in my next skit about there.
Yeah.
Really not to...
I was like, don't...
Yeah, it wasn't like a comedy club there during his death. But
you know what? I'm going to change the answer. Home is not the best place to die. In a comedy club, it's got to be.
I've worked in downtown Louisville a decent amount, and I am pretty sure I have seen somebody die or already dead.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Oh, so in like
you
current.
If you've seen someone die,
did you or something?
Did you murder someone?
So we got him.
Say it a little closer to the mic, please.
That's a sneaky way to get someone to confess to a murder.
Start
have them on a podcast. Start a move in with them. Start a podcast with them. Set up a mic in front of them already. Have them ask you if you've ever seen a murder. But
it takes a lot of build up.
Working in downtown for a while, there's probably like 10 people that was already dead that I saw because it's downtown Louisville. It's a horrific place. It's a pretty goddamn weird area. It's the homeless in particular in downtown Louisville are different. They're different.
They're built different.
They're built different.
Okay.
Like, I remember there was this one guy. I was parked right in front of the Louisville Water Company. And they have like this little grassy lawn, and there's this. I'm assuming hobo sleeping there. I'm assuming homeowners don't really sleep on Louisville Water Company's front yard under a blanket. But I was just sitting in the parking lot, just waiting for to walk up to work, and this guy was just sleeping there the whole time. Cops roll up. They're not super aggressive, but you can tell they're there to just move him, and they tap him. And don't laugh like that,
dude. I know where it's going.
I don't like he did after I said tap him, They walk up and they're like, hey, bud, you need to move.
Hey, come on.
There's like at least a 5-second delay before he realizes, like, okay, hey, buddy. And he looks up and he sees that they're cops. He freaks the fuck out immediately. He takes his blanket, throws it straight in the air, and the blanket comes down and lands on the cops like a cartoon.
No fucking way.
He is completely butt-ass naked under the blanket.
Way.
Complete dong-slinging, butt-ass naked under there, and he just fucking takes off like a Scooby-Doo villain. And the cops just look at each other, get the blanket off him real quick, because they're like, gross. That's gross. And they're just like, well, he moved, right? You know, we did what we could.
Yeah.
There's this homeless woman that I also think pretty frequently about. Me and my buddy, I'll call him Zack Snyder. Me and my buddy Zack Snyder was waiting to go into work. We had to go in a little bit early, and the door had been unlocked. And where we was working, it was a pretty sketchy like alleyway you had to enter in.
Yeah.
And we was just chilling there, waiting, to get mugged by somebody before work starts. And this woman walks by, and I swear to God, she looks like a Grand Theft Auto prostitute. But she was a Louisville Metro prostitute. And I can only assume that, not because she was dressed provocatively, not because I could literally see her vagina, standing there.
She looked like a Grand Theft Auto prostitute.
Yeah.
She was a Louisville prostitute.
Yeah. I was like, just standing up, I could see her vagina out. And I want to say that importantly and stress standing up because I don't want it to think that, like, yeah, I saw her vagina, but I was, like, laying underneath of her, looking up. I want to make it very clear we was both standing when I saw this.
She was stepping over you like AI.
Yeah. Tyronn Lue? What's his name? Tyronn Lue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. The coach?
Yeah. And, she walks by and she just started talking to her. She's like, what are you two gentlemen up to? And I was like, oh no. Like, this is how Ain't No Rest for the Wicked starts. And I was like, uh-oh. But no, she's actually, being pretty nice and polite. She's like, oh, well, I hope y'all have a good day. And I was like, yeah, I hope you do too. Be safe. But, and, like, she starts walking away, and then she turns, and she goes, hey, if y'all heard me scream, would y'all come help me? And I look at my buddy Zack Snyder, and I'm like, and I look back at her, and I go, no, ma'am, no, I'm not. And she goes, oh, okay. And then I swear to God, she crawls into the dumpster near us and screams. She just crawls in, and you hear her fall down into the dumpster and go, ah! I look at my buddy and go, no, don't help her. Don't look in there, buddy. And we just went back to our cars and just waited in our cars. To this day, I'm so curious what was going on in that dumpster. I want to imagine she had like a nice layout in there. Yeah. Like she had a full dinner set up and she just wanted to eat dinner with us in that dumpster. But I don't think it was good. I don't think what she had to offer in that dumpster was I'm not gonna lie, pretty often I think about the scenario of me walking into that dumpster with her. Because I'm not a risk taker.
No.
I would like to be.
Is that a risk you would take?
Have you ever seen the movie Yes Man?
I believe so.
Yeah, where he just changes his life by saying yes to everything.
How long do you think you could go without saying no? How many days?
I don't know.
Do you think you can even make it a day?
I think I couldn't tell people about it because there's a lot of people that I know that are dicks.
Yeah, they take it.
And they would just be like, hey, suck my penis. And I'm like, dude, this is the 4th time today you've done that. Bring it here.
Yes.
Yeah, within reason. So.
No one knows about it.
Well, no, not just that. People can know about it, but I'm not just going to be like, I'll suck your dick. Yeah, bring it here. You asked me. I have to say yes. It's
and
my
normal day-to-day.
Yes.
The shit that I'm normally asked.
Yeah. And things you may say no, like if somebody like you don't really talk to, who's like, hey, could you come give me a hand with this? And you're just like,
yes.
Yeah, I fucking guess. Yeah. Like, hey, if you heard me scream, would you come help me? Yeah, I would.
How long do you think you could last? Just saying yes to everything.
We'll see.
You're gonna start?
Yeah, sure. I could try it out, and maybe like at our next week's podcast, I could give an update how long I lasted.
No,
because I say no a lot.
Yeah,
to things because I don't like having social obligations.
I was gonna say I think that's kind of normal. Is it?
What, saying yes to everything?
No, saying like being like no to most things. Saying no a lot.
Do you want to do the opposite? Actually, you probably shouldn't. They're like, hey, buddy. You
want to shoot the podcast?
Can you edit the podcast? Can you post it?
No. You got to do everything this week. It is funny. I could do the same to you. Like, hey, you want to edit the podcast for me?
Fuck.
Yes.
Can you go pick my little brother up? Fuck. Can you? No. I can't. I don't know. But you know what? I know somebody that can, buddy. Let me give you his number.
Ask this man anything you need. He's on all yeses this week.
Try to make it yes or no questions.
He's on all yeses this week. Go ahead.
God. Do you want to try that?
I'm thinking...
I feel like, be the no, yeah?
I feel like I say yes a lot.
Yeah, you actually do. You actually legit have obligations, though. Like kind of social obligations that other people don't normally have, without going into like too much detail. Like, people don't really ask that much of me. Yeah. I guess they've kind of gotten to the point where they're just like,
he's gonna say no.
I don't.
Yeah.
Why would I ask Roy what he's doing this weekend? He's gonna say no.
Yeah, maybe. I couldn't imagine going a whole week of no. I think people might die. I don't think some people would survive.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh, God. And this coming up weekend is the weekend my girlfriend wants me to go to Holiday World, her family. So I just have that.
You gotta say yes.
I'll start it after she asks about that.
Okay, all right.
And then after that, I'm a yes man.
I'm a no man this week.
Fuck. Oh, it's gonna be. I can tell this is already going to be the week that people I haven't heard from in years are going to be asking me a shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah, I'm gonna send them your way.
I'm gonna post it on Twitter.
Yeah,
Roy can't say no.
Like,
that's dumb.
Hey, Roy. Derek Lewis turned down the Francis Ngannou fight. Could you step in?
Why this week?
When is it? It's tonight. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it, man. Sign me up. God damn it.
How much money would it take for you to accept that fight? Really, just how much money would it take for Francis Ngannou to knock you the fuck out?
Hold on. Hey. Hold on.
I mean, you could just like tap immediately in the fight or something. But.
Yeah. You see these legs? Yeah, I'm kicking him in the dick with this leg. Yeah, I'm kicking him in the fucking dick.
You're going to disqualify yourself?
Okay. Maybe. Yes.
You think...
I don't want to be the dick kick guy, though.
You're going to...
Do you think I could get to his liver? Do you think I have liver access at any point?
He wouldn't take you very serious. So you have that. Yeah. Like, just in general, if a UFC fighter was like, hey, we just picked this dude up off the street and he's going to fight you tonight, like, they're not going to be like, oh, yeah,
okay.
I'm
that
trained for
helps
it.
That you provided that.
Yeah, I didn't want you to...
I just thought you meant, like,
no.
Another grown man fighting you, they wouldn't take you serious. Look at you.
That's why I had to explain. But no,
You're wearing a Lady Sonata hoodie.
Look at those glasses. But Francis...
I went in my eye. That hurt.
They're supposed to be down before you do it.
My nose is too big. I'm not. I was suffocated for a little bit. I broke my fucking glasses. My goddamn schnoz.
But no, I mean, a UFC fighter wouldn't take just someone who's never been in any professional fight serious, I assume. So I think that you have like one good shot. And if you can hit his liver in one good shot,
yeah,
maybe.
That was the text. I'm fighting.
Send yes.
So how much would it take for me to be butchered by Francis Ngannou consensually? So set the scene. Francis Ngannou, big, black, beefy, 260-pound.
Is he 260?
250, 260. I know he had like a 20-30 weight advantage over a 230-pound Stipe.
A gigantic human being.
Arguably the heaviest hitter in UFC history. The current heavyweight champion. And could you actually do this for me? Break down me. How I just did Francis.
I don't know. What's your weight? How much do you weigh?
Yes.
I know you've mentioned it. Are you 230? I don't think you're that much, are you? Am I high or low?
You're low.
Am I?
You're low.
I thought I was trying to bat a little high here.
Nah, look at this noggin, buddy. The average head, I think weighs like 10 pounds. I've been doing neck workouts recently, and I have an unfair advantage. I am already like benching like 220 with my neck.
Yeah, how much do you think my head weighs? Like 3 pounds?
6. Yeah, actually, I gave you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
My tiny ass head.
6. Your head weighs as much as a newborn infant. That's actually not bad. That's actually kind of right.
Yeah.
Not for either of us, because we're kind of polar opposites. I wish our heads would just meet in the middle, I don't know why I did that. That.
Our heads meet in the middle sound like you were just saying that we should kiss.
Oh, and speaking of things that passed up in the past month, Pride Month. I feel like we didn't properly adjust Pride Month.
Yeah. No,
so for Pride Month, we will kiss on our OnlyFans. And more. But you got to subscribe to see that. No, you don't. Come here.
Whom?
All right. Stop being gay. Describe me.
Describe.
Oh, yeah. So, up.
240? 50?
250.
250?
Yep.
So you're same weight class?
Yep. I'm all protein and semen.
All right. So.
And head.
So 250, all head.
Young, dumb, and full of semen.
Young, dumb, full of cum. And.
Yeah, I should just say cum.
I don't know why you didn't.
Young, mentally challenged, and full of semen.
I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot how you described Francis. I think I'm starting to get drunk.
Okay, so I described like his attributes, like hardest hitting in UFC history, current world champion,
best binding of Isaac player in the building. That's you.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a lot better than me.
Yeah. Don't say who else is or isn't here. Just Okay. So current world champion. Binding household champion of Binding of Isaac.
Yep.
Okay.
250 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
All head. Young, dumb, and full of gum.
Please never describe me as all head.
That's what you said.
All head, no ass.
All head, no ass.
Word to that teacher that got fucking locked up for a bad head. Couldn't be me. I'm all head.
You're all head.
Bro, it's gotta be some bad head.
To report a teacher.
Yeah.
For statutory rape.
Yeah. But that's not even like what she did wasn't right. It'd be like, I'm cool with the statutory, but the head. Yeah, that head was weak, dude. You need to lock her ass up. It's like, wait, how old are you? 15. It's like, okay, we'll lock her up, but don't think that's why. But that's why. We need to get them off the fucking streets. What the fuck's going on? Oh, describe me.
I did.
What else did you say besides all ahead?
I said the household champion of...
Yes. 250 pounds.
Yeah. A lamp building champ.
Yeah, I'm currently at 1.
You made mine.
I'm at 2.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I need to make Ethan's.
I know, it's been years.
Oh, wait, we don't want to use names. We'll call him...
Call him Ethan.
I was going to say Knob Goblin.
Knob Goblin.
Yeah, our buddy in Ohio, Knob Goblin. Oh, you a lamp.
Coming soon. Soon's a relative term.
Yeah, right now, I don't know.
But yeah, that's your description to fight Francis.
Well, I was gonna say
you gave him like 2 or 3. I gave you 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna kill myself, but I don't want that. No, because if I do kill myself, then that's what's gonna be on my thing, and it's not January 6th. Yeah. So, yeah, those are the terms. Those are the attributes.
Mm-hmm. It's how much money.
And I mean, I'm talking like he's got to cover medical bills too.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't been punched that much throughout my entire life. So, I can't imagine the one time that a clean hit lands on me is from Francis, and I don't go to the hospital from it. I do have a big head. So, bigger hitbox.
Dude, what if he hit you and it just didn't hurt? Like, you just ate the punch.
Yeah, they say plane crashes usually don't hurt.
You just ate the fucking punch, and you were just like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that'd play out, but...
Yeah, and then I'll wake up from a 2-year coma.
You wake up and go,
like, wait, that didn't hurt? Like, where am I?
Where the fuck is this?
Honestly, not that much money.
Really?
I mean, relatively. I mean...
Let's start big. You do it for $1 million.
Okay, so, and I'm assuming this isn't talking medical costs, because he's covering medical
Everything's
costs.
covered.
But this is what I'm profiting.
Money in your pocket. You'd obviously do it for $1 million.
Yeah, I would do it less than $1 million. I would do it for less than $250,000.
Okay. What about like 100,000?
Honestly, for a fucking car. Like, if you want to put it in that terms, like if he was like, hey, I'm gonna punch you square in your fucking mouth, but I will buy you a Jeep Rubicon. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? Interesting deal. I mean, my car's about to hit the shitter anyway, so
yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good.
Yeah. What about you?
I wouldn't do it for a Jeep.
Oh, you love that hybrid.
No, I'd be dead. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he just couldn't hit your head.
Maybe. My tiny little head. You don't think so?
No.
He'd
squash that shit like an orange.
Shit would go to the fucking moon.
It pops like a balloon. Yeah, so yeah, not that much. Francis Ngannou, if you buy me a Jeep, I'll let you punch me in the face.
It's a good deal.
Or if somebody else can buy me a Jeep and knows Francis and he wants to punch me in the face, yeah, I'm down. Just sign me up. So I will say yes.
Actually, does that go for anyone?
Yes.
If someone wants to buy you a Jeep,
yes.
If they want to punch you in the face to buy you a Jeep, doesn't matter who it is.
Am I saying yes the rest of this episode?
Yeah, you gotta say
yes.
Yes. All right. So there you go.
Do you have Jeep money?
I don't.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to. I mean,
I guess I could.
Consensually, yeah. If you wanted to consensually punch me, yeah, you gotta buy me a Jeep.
Yeah, that's all it costs.
Yeah.
What's your song of the week?
My song of the week, so whenever I'm not listening to Call Me If You Get Lost, because it's been on repeat, I have had a rekindling of love for the song Science Fair by Black Country New Road. Genuinely, it's one of the weirdest songs I've ever heard without it being playing into it trying to be a weird song. Like, it's not like Jizz in My Pants by Lonely Island weird. Like, it just seems like it's a genuinely weird song that's good because they're not trying to make it weird. Mm-hmm. It's just a good song that happens to sound weird. Like, it's kind of creepy sounding, honestly. Mm-hmm. Like, in my head, I can visualize this as being like a song for like a super villain origin. Like, it's creepy. Yeah. Like, it gives off like Coraline claymation vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a music video for it, but I am imagining something like that, like almost like a Tool music video. Like, there's like really weird and creepy. Yeah. I almost vision that. Like, it's a really good song. It's just kind of creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care what yours is.
Mine is I Believed It by DVSN.
I've never heard of it.
Yes, you have. It's the new Mac Miller song. I played it the other day.
Yes.
Yes, you have.
Fuck. Yeah, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, Mac Miller, new song from him. I love Mac.
R.I.P.
Yeah. I'd say this was just...
R.I.P. Mac, Mike Tyson. Been a rough week. What's funny?
I don't know why I didn't...
That was crazy.
I read that question and genuinely
you wasn't even, like, fucked up or anything, was you?
No, I was pretty drunk, but...
Yeah, I can't remember. I was drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. You said it with complete confidence, too. I thought it was a shtick that you was doing, and I was like,
no, I read that question and then completely thought it was a different question.
Yeah, because what was it like?
If you could bring anyone back to life.
Yeah.
But I think I was just thinking...
And he was like, oh, I know, you're Mike Tyson. Yeah. And I was like, oh.
I was thinking, like, I guess, like, favorite celebrity is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Yeah.
But R.I.P. Mac, and I was glad to hear a new song by Mac Miller that it doesn't sound like it wasn't supposed to be there. You know,
yeah.
Because
it doesn't sound like any of X's albums or anything. Like it's not forced.
Yeah,
like this fit in there. It wasn't them just like, oh, we got to do this. It's just like it sounded like either it already was made when Mac was alive, or it was just like, oh, I think Mac would sound good in here, and I think there's some verse he has pre-recorded that might work. Yeah, you know, like it fit.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And there's also an MF Doom song, right? Like speaking of posthumous albums,
IDK
or
on IDK's releases. Album.
Yeah. Did you ever listen to his collab album, his posthumous collab album with Starface?
No.
Yeah, it has like a Tom Segura reference and shit.
Yeah, I
like it. I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest appreciator of MF Doom music. I love his whole thing though.
Yeah.
The whole like nerdy comic book theme thing. I love it.
Yeah. He has a collab album with What's That Gun?
Yeah.
Interesting. And they're both on the IDK song.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool to see them together.
Yeah.
Together again. Mm-hmm. But so I thought that was cool too.
Yeah. He has some really good shit like Mad Villainy and stuff. My favorite by far though is
Food.
Yeah. Right there. Food is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, from top to bottom, it's so fucking good. That's what made me, like, fall in love with them. And, yeah. Yeah, R.I.P. him, too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Speaking of...
Death.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, fuck.
But speaking of music...
Yeah, I was saying maybe we can move into... I know it's been tickling your bum for a little bit, but deluxe albums.
Yeah, so the reason that this is coming up is we're seeing it more nowadays.
Okay, and can you give a little backstory, what the whole deluxe...
Yeah. So, Tyler, the Creator, just released Call Me If You Get Lost. And it is number 1 currently, I believe. It still is. But first week, it went number 1. But at the same week that it released was Doja Cat's album. And this isn't the first culprit. Planet Her. This isn't the first culprit, but this is just the most recent. Yep. And when she's going number 2, which I believe she's going to, she's not number 1. Don't know where she landed. But within 24 hours of the release, she announced a deluxe album because she was trying to push sales to be 1.
Nothing new.
We just seen it recently with the Migos album. They just did it when they released it in...
For Culture 3.
They released their album, they released the deluxe, and then they released it in 3 different versions.
As far as I know,
Who was the number 1 for them?
Polo G.
Yeah.
As far as I know, this is kind of like a rap culture, like a rap hip-hop culture thing.
Yeah. I mean, Doja Cat...
I don't think I really see, like, Red Hot Chili Pepper dropping deluxe.
Rock's dead. I mean that in, like, streaming service kind of ways.
Lenny Kravitz.
What?
He had a song that called Rock is Dead.
Oh. But, no. When it comes to streaming services, Rock needs to go heavy on...
Satan. Don't forget about Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost is good. But
don't forget about, I forgot about her.
They need to go heavy on an album rollout. They're not... Rock albums aren't going to go number 1 in sales unless they have this very big album rollout.
Yeah.
And they can really get their name out there. They can push the agenda, and everyone's talking about the album beforehand. No Rock album's going to go 1. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
And I think we've talked about this like indirectly, but I think that's one of the bigger problems too is that rap is so easy to follow. It is so easy to follow. You know you feel like you know the artist, you know the persona they want to a tone. It's popular. It's easily accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere. They're sneaker collabs. They have meals at McDonald's.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. Rappers are everywhere. Everybody knows names like Cardi B, Travis Scott. Like, they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
but,
I think there's two big things here.
Yeah.
One, what I was just saying, like the big album rollouts.
Yes.
Rap used to have to.
Yeah.
To be number one, you had to have the big fucking rollout. You had to really hype up the album and really sell it beforehand. Now rap's the biggest genre, and they're the number one name, where I think rock needs to step that up. But rock's been number one for so long that they're like, we don't have to do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're kind of like, I guess, I don't want to say lazy, but they're just comfortable. They're comfortable in the position that they're in, so now they're not pushing. And maybe people who are dropping rock albums in 2021 aren't expecting to be one. Yeah. So it's fine with them, but if you want to be, you have to. Yeah. And then the second thing I think that, like, rock and very specifically rock is there's 5 members of a band, you know? There'll be 5 of them, and they want the fame. Where in rap, it's one person, and it's you. You work with a mixer, a producer, you work with 15 different writers. It's you. It's your song. You get all the credit. Yeah. Where rock isn't that way.
You don't have to find people that just so happen to be good at instruments. You know, you don't have to. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe the biggest part of it is just that the appeal to become a rock star has kind of shifted to rap. Like, more people, like, maybe say in the 80s was like, yeah, I want to grow up, be a rock star. But now it's like, I want to grow up and be a rapper. Because I'm not trying to sound like a dick or, like, discredit rappers, but anybody can start rapping. Anybody can make a SoundCloud. It's super easy to start.
Not saying anyone could be good.
Not saying that's going to create good content, because, you know, you also need good producers and shit. Shout out Coach Cam.
Yep, the best producer.
Yeah. So you need other things, but to start up, rap's got to be the easiest kind of music to start up.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you can find tons of beats just online.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the rate of success is probably a lot lower because of that, because there's so many people trying to do it. And, I mean, the quality is kind of down in, to me, a broad spectrum, just because so many people are doing it.
Yeah.
But
which is just in general how things work.
Yeah.
It's not not a jab at it.
Yeah. So I just don't I just think the problem with rock is just that kids don't see that like they used to. They don't see rock like they used to. They see these rappers kind of live the modern day equivalent of rockstar life, so they're like, "Oh yeah, I want that. I want the baddest bitches. I want the baddest cars. I want this." You know.
Yeah.
But back to what we was talking about.
Deluxe albums.
Yeah. So
deluxe albums can be phenomenal
when done right.
Yes.
Another theme.
Yeah. I mean, a deluxe album can be the best part. I mean,
look at Love Is Rage 2.
Yeah. That was
look at After Hours. After Hours added some fucking bangers.
Yes.
And it didn't happen. I think my biggest problem is when it happens so close to the actual album drop.
Yeah, because it's pouting. And especially the ones that we've mentioned.
Yeah.
They're pouting. They think that they deserve to go one.
Yeah.
And because they didn't, they throw a fit and then just do stupid fucking tactics to try to become one.
Now, when deluxe albums are done right, to me, it's whenever an album is dropped, you listen to the album, you like it, but maybe the artist probably knows that, like, people maybe aren't listening as heavily as when it dropped. Some time passes, and they're like, oh, well, hey, here's some songs that I was going to add, or that I've made sense, and I think they would just be good additions. Mm-hmm. And then they add, like, 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah.
And it just makes you go back and listen to the entire album, and it kind of just gives you a refresher, and you're like, oh, this was a neat addition.
Yes.
Like, Uzi did that with Love Is Rage 2. It was like Diamonds All on My Wrist. Okay. Skirt Skirt. Didn't really like that. But 20 minutes. 20 minutes was on the deluxe.
The best song.
Yeah.
Arguably his best song ever.
And it is mine. It's my favorite Uzi song. So...
But Uzi's also the worst culprit. He started...
I don't think he's the worst. I think Migos are the worst.
No. Uzi started the worst trend of deluxe albums.
Okay, yeah.
Where he threw an album on top of an album and said that's the deluxe. Mm-hmm. So now you're listening to one album and it counts as a double.
I wonder why he did that. To me, that just doesn't make as much sense. Why don't you just drop 2 albums? I don't know if it's cheaper to bundle it, but...
You might want to go one.
Like a internet and, like,
if
phone service kind of bundle, but...
I don't know if it's still up on the wall. I don't believe it is, but...
I thought you was having a stroke. I had no idea what you were doing. Because you looked over there like there was a ghost, like like a cat does.
Yeah.
And it scares the fucking shit out of you.
Of you? But, no,
yes.
Speakerbox Love Below, it's a double album, so if you stream it once, it counts as 2 sales.
That's kind of different, though.
It is different.
Yeah,
but
because it's supposed to be like their take. Like, it's 2 different people. You know, it's Big Boy's side and then Andre's.
They did it right. They did it right. It doesn't mean that that's not why Uzi did it. It might count as a double album sell. I don't know that it does or doesn't.
Yeah.
But if it does, I mean, honestly, it's not a dumb choice to do it like that.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's kind of just getting out of hand. People are using it as like a last attempt to regain number 1 or just gain it. Like, you see Doja Cat doing it. And it was a good album. I'll give it credit just so it sounds like we're not just shitting on it. No. There's like 4 songs that I really like from that album. To me, I think they're the worst culprits, not the same as Uzi, because I think Uzi set the bad trend of that. But Migos, I think, is the worst offender of that.
I mean, they did it recently.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of someone who does it a lot, but I mean...
Yeah. But I mean, they dropped the original, and then they dropped 3 different versions of the album. Each member had their own cover. I don't think there was anything different about each one.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't believe so. I didn't listen to it.
I listened to the album.
I'll say that. Did you like it?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But what about, wasn't there a Drake song on there?
Yeah, I didn't really like the Drake feature.
Okay. I figured that'd be the good one. But
yeah, me too.
I didn't listen to it. But
yeah. And say, don't get me wrong, there was a couple songs I was like, these are alright, but nothing that I'm like, I need to return to.
But then they also released some that had like digital autographs on them. That would, like, wow. Yeah. Why do you want to? Why? I don't know. But I don't know. So just a bunch of weird shit with deluxe albums. I don't like the trend, but I mean,
which is weird, right?
Just trying to.
In general, shouldn't we like deluxe albums? Like, think about it,
because they're not quality.
Yeah, but even if like Doja Cat, like the entire album, you liked 4 songs. If she was like, I'm going to drop the deluxe, and we're going to add 20 more songs. Let's go fucking crazy dramatic here. 20 more songs. In theory, you should be like, oh, well, I get 4 more songs I like. So we should want this to happen.
Well, I think it's kind of like context.
Like, imagine if Tyler was like, hey, I'm dropping the deluxe.
Yeah, but I think that's what differs between Tyler. And I do hold Tyler to a different standard, because I'm a little biased, but I do think of Tyler as like a genuine artist. And there's nothing wrong with deluxes. I don't hate deluxes. I just there's a bad taste.
Yeah. But now when you hear there's a deluxe album, you don't think of it as a good thing.
Still, that's not entirely true. If I hear it within like a week of the album coming out, because if some time has passed, then I'm like, oh yeah, there may have been some things that they're rethinking, like, oh, I want to add, or just like, hey, thanks for getting the album, happy 1-year anniversary, I'll drop the deluxe. Yeah. Like something that like seems like you're doing it for the fans, and like you want to give them more content. This is not coming off as that. This is not them wanting to give more content or this. They're usually trash songs or trash excuses to put out the same song a different way, and it's just...
Y'all have also seen a lot of people drop the instrumentals.
That's weird to me, because I don't mind that. I don't mind when people...
I don't either.
I think
Metro's album, I thought that was amazing. That he dropped the...
Oh, Slop Not Chop? No, I thought you were talking about 21.
No.
I think that was done right, too.
Yeah. But I'm talking about Metro's album, the Not All Heroes Wear Capes.
Oh.
Like, if it's a producer album, and you drop the deluxe that just has all the instrumentals...
Unless you're DJ Khaled. I don't want to hear that shit. Like...
The instrumentals were bad on some of those songs, though.
Pharrell did that on his album. But he didn't... They was on the same one. It's literally the songs with the artist and everything, and then just the bottom half is the exact same songs, but it's just instrumental.
Same because with that one. Cherry Bomb's that way.
Yeah, because Tyler, I mean, you know, people like them who help produce or do produce their album, they care about that shit, and they're like, hey, this is all me, so listen to this shit. Like, I take pride in this shit. Yeah. But a lot of this isn't people taking pride. They're looking for another push. Yeah. They're looking... They don't, like, I don't even know how we didn't talk about this, but, like, in a different light, not in the deluxe light, but, like, people like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. Or that. Same light. Yeah. Same light. But, yeah, Justin Bieber literally begging people to not enjoy the music or share it with other people in hopes that they would enjoy it, but literally showing them how they can just not even listen to it.
Just stream it while they're not home.
Just run up the numbers. He said, turn the volume down and play it as you go to bed. And I was like, so this is just like, we've known as fans for a while that a lot of artists don't really care about making good content. It's money. Yeah. You know, I can make money while you can, you know, take advantage of your name. You know, Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, big names. Yeah. But it's just, it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
It's just.
Imagine how much better their album would do if they were like, hey, I'm okay with being number 2. Yeah. Shout out to Roddy Ricch. Like, this is his first ever.
Trying to like, dethrone like this dude whose debut studio album.
I believe so.
I don't know too much about Roddy Ricch.
I don't either, but
good album though.
Yeah. But, I mean, and so same with like Polo G. Like, imagine if Migos was like, shout out to Polo G. Like, good. Like, congratulations dropping a good album and just being number 1.
I think Selena Gomez was competing with Roddy Ricch on album charts, and I think Justin Bieber's song "Yummy"
was competing with the box.
Yeah. So they was both just trying to, like, literally not even get people to like their music or just be like, hey, you know, if you like it, sure. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just being like, doing some press or just being like, oh yeah, go stream Yummy, but literally just essentially saying it without saying it. They was like, hey, play this in your fucking sleep because I can't have Roddy Ricch beat me. I'm Justin Bieber. Yeah. You know, he can't beat me. Yeah. I don't care if you like Yummy or not. I don't care if you think it's one of the most annoying songs you've ever heard. Play it in your fucking sleep. Don't listen to it. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah. And it's just gross. You know? Yeah. I just hate that shit.
I just couldn't imagine how much more those people would be liked. Yeah. Like, imagine how good we would talk about Justin Bieber if he just was like, shout out to this guy. Like, he did great. He's like, my fucking name's Justin Bieber. I should have been number 1. This dude did fucking incredible. I'll take the 2. Yeah. And like, people would be, his song would honestly go to 1. I really believe that it would be number 1 if he
wouldn't be because of me.
It wouldn't for me either. But I mean, if he was just humble and just said shout out the other guy, I'm okay with being 2, he'd probably be number 1. Yeah. I really believe it.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't need to fight that hard anyway. You're Justin Bieber.
No, he should have automatically just gotten 1.
I mean, chill the fuck out, dude. Like, I mean...
Good thing he didn't. Shout out to Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with deluxe albums. It's just how it's been done recently is just... It's kind of gross. And it's just literally just people trying to be like, oh, well... Just in case somebody else starts taking my spot, I got a deluxe ready.
You know what's the other weird thing? So, like, Migos, they obviously didn't know that Polo G would outsell them. Not many people would.
Probably in the back of their head.
I don't think many people would have guessed Polo G was going to be the number 1 album.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like a household name where Migos is. You definitely know at least a couple songs from them. Yeah. With Doja Cat kind of pouting the way that she is, when she heard that Tyler was dropping the album, because he was he announced it late, and then happened to announce it on the same, like, was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Yeah. If she's going to pout, why don't you just go, I'll just push the fucking album up a couple weeks. Yeah. Like, I'll release it a week early or 2 weeks late.
Or just be like, it's Tyler.
Well, I think that's why, like, her and, like, Khaled, both of them were like, it's just Tyler, Creator.
Khaled? I don't
agree.
I don't agree with what he did, but I understand his surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Because mainstream wise, DJ Khaled is like,
yeah, he should.
I would assume that he would be number 1. Yeah. Like mainstream, like,
yeah.
I mean, he's right about that. Like, his songs are more on the radio than Tyler's. Tyler, by far, has more quality stuff than him. But so I do understand him, like, being surprised, but him acting like a complete bitch and calling Tyler's music, like, mysterious music. It's mysterious because it's good music to you. Yeah. You don't know what that sounds like anymore.
Yeah.
You fat fuck. I don't know. They really, like, revealed his colors when that happened. Because he's supposed to be, like, this carefree, fun-loving guy. Good energy everywhere. But no, he's just... That's a character.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else is playing a fucking character.
Yeah.
So is that fat motherfucker. I don't hate him because he's fat, by the way. I don't hate him. I dislike him because of that.
Yeah.
And it just kind of revealed his character. His fat character. And, I don't know. I think we're kind of running long, so we'll skip out on the hypothetical.
Yeah. There was a big UFC fight.
Yeah.
But
we'll drop a video solely about that, because there's a lot of cover about that, and we've already kind of dropped a long episode last week, so we'll kind of narrow this one down a little bit.
Yeah.
By half an hour.
So, other than that, this has been Jammin with Kron Rex.